Hello, hello. You are joining us round 16 Bahrain. We're in the desert. It is nighttime. And just to give you a heads up, this is a track that's hosted the first ever SOR race and hasn't missed a season yet for SOR. So definitely a popular one. As you can see there, there's a lot of sprints. Hello, you are joining us round 16 So DRS zones, there are two, and as we see in season 6, there's some clips showing up some incidents happened before, and I have a feeling there's going to be more to come as we join qualifying. As you can see there on the board, we've only got 11 drivers here today, but we have a lot of fast boys in there, so this should still be a very competitive race. One driver we definitely want to keep an eye on today is Rufel, who I believe today, I believe today can actually win the championship this season. As you can see, he has quite a gap to second place Wendy, his teammate, but I have a feeling that Rufel is going to do it today. I mean, there's 11 drivers on track. It's going to be hard not to score points. Rufel just goes straight at turn 1. Interesting tactics. I shall turn up my mic. Let me see. Is that any better? Am I too loud now? Do you want me to turn that down? Yeah. So having some technical issues here, but as you can see, some of the drivers are doing donuts before they start their qualifying lap. That's how you warm up tires, Danny. In case you didn't get the memo, do a few donuts. But I don't think Marston's too worried. He's on the mediums, and I'm not quite sure what these guys are doing. They're to be flying in formation. Rufel obviously thinking he will be taking the championship today. Just taking it quite easy. She'll turn my mic down a little bit. Yeah, any issues with audio, anything you want me to change, just give me a shout and chat. I've got my boys Danny, Coach, Slash, and Marson in chat at the minute. I'm guessing, I haven't got my weather report just yet, but I'm guessing this is going to be a dry race. We are in the desert. This is Bahrain. It is nighttime. So Morrison and Rufel doing a little bit of a victory lap at the start of the Grand Prix. But we are starting to see times coming in on the board. We've got a 126.586 by Iason, quickly followed by, quite off the pace there, a WOW 125. Let's load up car information. Yeah, so as suspected, Iason on the super soft, and a number of the rest of the drivers that have set a time. I've went out a medium. Bar keeper Magnussen is struggling back there in 6th currently. 129.8 or 126.5 is the time to beat. We've got TZ Bro trying a different tire again. A 127.9, not a bad lap on the soft tire. And Marson in chat has pointed out that Rufel has effectively won the championship as Wendy is not here. And I don't think it would have mattered if Wendy showed up anyway. I mean, Rufel has got a massive lead as It'd be hard to see how he would not be able to take this championship. Yes, congratulations indeed to Rufel. It's definitely a tough crowd here at SOR, and to win the title before the final race of the season is quite a mean feat. Kudos to Rufel. We hope to see him fight it out hard today. And let's just have a look down this leaderboard again. We've got Ison 126.5, so the closest guy to him now is the Root, who we have seen in dominant form in the past number of races. He's won quite a number of the last several races. I wasn't here to commentate in the last 2 races, but we're also getting that nasty audio bug on the Root's bar, unfortunately. Let's switch it out. We've got TZ Bros coming in off his hot lap. He's currently on 3rd on those soft tires, but the Root, that 127.2 was set on a set of medium tires. Now that is quite impressive. Only 0.7 off Ison on the super soft, so that's 2 softer tire compounds. That's quite impressive. Aye, yay, yay. Four drivers yet to set laps. Morrison looks like he's on a flyer. Also is Rufel on a flyer, both on the soft tires. And I'm just thinking that whoever qualifies in 11th isn't actually at that. You know, they will qualify last, which is not great, but they will be the only driver on the grid that's able to put on a fresh set of tires. So someone could maybe try and opt for a bit of a sneaky strategy there. You see Rufel just use as much track as he is allowed. For this sweeping fast right-hander, it's quite hard to get the car just to slow down enough, turn in enough. Set you up for this nice short straight, then a sharp right-hander, and then it's on to the start-finish straight. You have DRS as you head down to the hairpin. Heavy braking zone coming up. And Ozone Rufel is a 126.892 on the soft. What a lap from the champ. What a lap. And let's have a look. Morrison crossing the finish line. He must have invalidated his lap. Let's see if he goes on to set another. I think he will. He's on those soft tires. A little bit of traffic up ahead. Looks like Ison is just, or should I say Yithan is just ahead there. Ison, of course, currently the pole sitter at this time. Oh, Marcin S has gone off the track, so he will not be setting a hard lap this time. Marcin, you're disappointing the fans in chat. And I believe Marcin S will come in and get a new set of tires. There is plenty of time left in this session. A few drivers now opting for these super soft tires. The Root being one of them. Let's see how he does on his out lap. He's trying to get these tires up to temperature. Ison able to better his lap time. He's now 126.3. Open Riffle at 126.7. The only two drivers currently in the 126s. And will Marson pit? Will Marson pit? No, Marson S is staying out on those softs. He will try and get a lap in on these soft tires that have been out there for quite a 3 laps, I believe. So I've seen better days, but they're more durable, of course, than the super soft. So should be able to get a decent lap time out of this. Warranted. He will need to stay on track and stay out of trouble. We'll change at the top. The top 3 remain the same. IS and Rufo and the route. And we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. You see just ahead there the Haas of Keyboard Magnussen. Actually not going to get in the way of Marson as he is on a flyer at the moment. Trying to get this turn in, nice turn in there, but the car, just wanted to keep turning. Marson is able to save that, but will have lost a whole chunk of time. And on to the final straight before the start-finish straight. Breaking point is around 100 meter more, 100 meter board. Marson is okay. I think Marson is maybe going to go for that P11 position, get those fresh tires on. I think strategy-wise, we could be looking at a super soft and medium. I'm not sure if super soft, the soft would work. Just one driver yet to set a time. That would be Doughmaster in the Renault, and he is currently on an outlap. And just keeping an eye on the top 3 positions. The Root is the only driver of the top 3 currently out on a lap. Hits the apex nicely, runs on the curb nicely. This is looking good for the Root. Slingshots onto the start-finish straight. Opens DRS. And there's another driver who just decides to bail at the very last second. So no one is able to better their time. Strange things are afoot in Bahrain. Will we see Doughmaster set a time, or is he going to also abandon the lap? It looks like he is going to go across the line. He doesn't set a time, so he's invalidated that lap time. Big lock up into the hairpin, and Okar almost getting away from underneath him. He managed to save it just about. Doughmaster heading up to sector 2 now. Quite a technical part of the circuit, just need to ride the throttle, feather the throttle as you weave your way through the corners, and this is a notoriously difficult corner to get right as Doughmaster overdoes it. Takes it too wide, misses the apex completely. And again, going right off track. I believe that would mean his lap is now invalidated. And once again, going completely off track. So Doughmaster, quite untidy laps coming in from him. He may well be the winner of P11. Just completely misses breakpoint there. He's staying out on these soft tires though. No change at the top. In fact, 4 drivers remain in the pits. We've got 1 driver, the one we're riding on board with here, Master, has yet to set a lap time. Marson S has not set a competitive lap time. So effectively, Keeper Magnussen is the last of the sensible lap times that we are seeing on the board right now. The infamous keyboard warrior. Crossing the line, takes himself up to P5. He's on the soft tire. Got a 127.747. Pushed down immediately to P6. I believe that was. Who was that? That was Fox, I believe, that pushed them down there. Yellow flag in sector 1. What's going on up ahead? So 1 minute and a half left. We've got a number of cars out on flyers. Marson S is retired from the session. He is after that P11. He's going for that sneaky strategy that only he will be able to select. P11 enables him. Oh, 126.167 is the current pole time. We've got 1 minute left. Who is on a hot lap? We've got the route going through sector 3. I know what your plan is, Marson S. You've got the fresh tires. You have the upper hand. There's only 10 cars ahead of you. All on worn tires. I like your thinking, my man. I like your thinking. So the route goes and moves himself into P2. Rico has given up the ghost. He's retired. While 125 is still out on the flyer, as is Pixel. Yep, Pixel is coming down on the final corner here. He's going to sweep into the right and plant the foot on the throttle. Open DRS and retire. Anticlimactic or what? So who have we got still out on track? Master. Keeper Magnussen's done. Pixel's done. Fox is done. Wow125. Can Wow125 go any faster? That looked like a bit of a scruffy exit from the second to last corner. And again, throws the car into the final corner, but I don't think that's going to gain him any time. I could be wrong. Nope, I am not. I am correct. He sticks with a 127. So only 3 drivers able to break into the 126s. Iason on the super soft, whereas the Root and Rufel able to set 126 lap times on soft tires. And we got Wow125 on soft. Fox also on the soft tire. And then P6, Pixel, P7, Exog, P8 is Keeper Magnussen, P9 is Master, P10 is T-Zebro, and in that coveted P11 position we have our own we have our own Marson S. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. And actually, yeah, I got some of those tire choices wrong. It's only Iason is on the soft tire, super soft tire. The rest of the guys will be starting on soft, and I believe Marson S. We will We've yet to see what his strategy will be. I wonder if he's going to go for a super soft to medium. I'm currently stroking my beard. The possibilities. So 11 drivers will take part in round 16 of season 8 Siege Online Racing. Some great driving in the previous races, and we are bound to see more of that in today's race. Unfortunately, not everyone could make it today, and we are coming into the end of F1 2018, so it is to be expected, I guess, as everybody prepares and hopes and counts the seconds until F1 2019 it comes out. And the drivers begin their formation lap. So there we go, the tire choices. Marcin S going for the medium tire. For his initial stint, the only driver on the grid to do so. So I believe Marcin S can stay out of trouble. He is in with a good shot of picking up at least a handful of points today. If not, could well be on for the win. And we have yet to see Marcin S win this season. So if you're listening, Marcin S, no pressure, but we're expecting great things. Expect nothing more than greatness today. The drivers warming up those tires. Yasin should have, in theory, should have a lot more grip initially, but that will fall away as the laps go on. We've got a DSQ Exog reset to the start of the grid. But as I was saying there, yes, we've got Yasin on the super soft, so they will be faster initially and then they will drop off. So we will watch Yasin closely to see if he's able to pull out a gap for on the route and Ozone Roofle, but that is a big ask. These are some very, very fast drivers he has right behind them, and they will not want to give an inch today. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The cars are lining up in their grid slots. The pit crews are ready. The viewers are ready. The lights are ready. It's 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it looks like the route has got off to a great start, but ISM just holding the lead advantage for now. And he's secured the lead going into turn 1. Behind him, we've got Rufel has taken P2 from... Oh, and it looks like there's some kind of desync or lag issue. Oh, and we've got a Red Bull off in the background. Also, it looks like Marcin S got caught up in that. And I think there is damage. Yeah, not a Red Bull, sorry. A Toro Rosso. Easy to get those confused, but I think TZ Bro might have got caught up in that as well. Yes, Marcin S, will need to check up on him later, but I think he may well have front wing damage. But let's go up front as we saw Rufel take the lead. Oh, and Root sticking his nose in there, but Rufel owning the corner. Iason, as expected, has pulled out a slight gap there to Rufel, but Rufel already working on getting that down, and it's down below 1 second after lap 2. We will see the DRS zones open up for the drivers, and that will be huge. So Ison has a mission right now to get out of that 1 second gap. He's got 2 laps to do so. We'll keep an eye on that battle for now, but let's have a look down the field. I think Wow125 is closing right up behind Pixel. Is he going to go for a move into the hairpin? No, he thinks better of it, and just rightly so. So easy to just dive bomb right there, but look, we have a move as Master goes up the inside and takes the position from Fox. TZ Bro looking pretty pissy behind Fox there as well, so it's not over yet. And the route is right on the back of Rufel. He's almost pushing him through these corners. Rufel is going to have to get past Ison, or else he may well get taken by the route. The route is looking very pissy right now. He obviously likes his track and the car setup a lot. He's coming up the end of lap 2, so we will see DRS open on lap 3. And I have a feeling that is going to really mess things up here for a lot of these guys. X-Og already way off the pace there, but that might be done to an issue with the timing screen. I believe it is. Oh, and the route is getting some slipstream off Rufel. He doesn't quite have the ZRS up full, but he's able to get alongside, and he turns into the corner. It looks like Rufel gets a better exit run, and the route has to give up the corner rights to Rufel. Well played by Rufel. I feel like it's only a matter of time before... Yes, look at that. The route is looking so pissy right now. He's sticking his nose in virtually every corner. And Wow125 has been passed by Pixel. We missed that. I'm trying to stay on board with these top 3 guys. This is some close racing. What? Oh, so the DRS zone is now active for both Rufel and for the route. They're effectively cancelling each other out, but they will just be drawing in Ison, and Ison knows it. This may well be the lap where Ison gets taken over and loses the lead off the Grand Prix. This is only 3 laps in to a 29 lap race. There's plenty of time to go, but I have a feeling that Rufel is going to want to take Ison on this lap. Let's ride on board with Rufel as he opens up DRS. He is quite a way back, but we've seen the DRS zone in Bahrain, the start finish DRS. Oh, and the route alongside once again, but not able to make that move stick. So he's definitely got the top end speed sorted, but looks like Rufel is better through the corners just now. His setup may favor the corners, whereas the route may be his setup might be more tuned towards top end speed. Seems to be the case so far. And the route is just not giving Rufel any time off. He's keeping the pressure on. X-Og with a fastest lap at 1:30.720. He's obviously got that clear air back in 11th position. Marcin S is currently P9 on those medium tires. We saw that initial incident involving him and a number of other cars. It's effectively compromised his race for now, but look at this. The ride on board with the route heading into the final corner. He can get a really good exit here. He could well take Rufel and also Ison. I believe Ison is close enough to put a move on Ison. Rufel going for the outside. Oh, and the root again sticking his nose in the inside. Was lucky not to get caught out. Almost got caught out there. Nice save from the root and doesn't lose much time at all. In fact, it looks like he may well try for the move up the inside, and he does so. And is he going to squeeze Ruffle out? No, but he's aggressive, but fair it looks like. And Ruffle trying to do the switchback, and he goes down the inside. What a move Ruffle's put, but he's got the car ahead for the for this heavy braking zone. But look at that, Root just clinical in his overtake, and Ruffle is not going to like that one bit. So we've seen a switch in position, and this is working out brilliantly for Ison, who is up the, he's like 1.5 in the lead now. He's out of that DRS, and as long as these two maintain this heavy aggressive fighting, it'll be music to the ears of Ison. Ruffle looks like he's turning up the heat a little bit. His ERS is on overtake, whereas the root is on high, so he's conserving a little bit of ERS there. Oh, and Ruffle just tapping the wheel of the root, almost put his own car off the track, but managing to save that just in the nick of time. And another thing that we need to take into account here is while 125 is now closing in on both Ruffle and the root. What else? We've got action back here. We've got another train right back from 8th to looks like 5th position. Oh, and TZ Bro putting the pressure on Keyboard Magnussen. Keyboard Magnussen just blocking the path of TZ Bro, not making it easy for him to pass by any stretch of the imagination. We've got TZ Bro keeping the pressure on Keyboard Magnussen. He's able to maintain this kind of distance going through the final set of corners. He's able to take him on the start-finish straight with the ERS and DRS. Let's see if that comes to light. Definitely gets a nicer, hits the apex better there. DRS is open, but so is DRS open for Keyboard Magnussen. Bit scrappy from both drivers there. Let's have a look up ahead. While 125 is dropping off the back of these guys, but Ruffle and the root have closed right in on Ison. The heat is back on this man, the leader of the race from the start. He's on those 6-lap old super sauce. Looks like the root is actually lining him up for an overtake here, but thinks better off it for now. Ruffle right tucked behind, so there's definitely going to be a move coming up here, I reckon. Just who is going to do that? And Keyboard Magnussen is dropped down to 9th position, so both TZ Bro and Marcin S picking up position there. Marcin S now in the P8 on those medium tires. Excuse me. So what is happening here? We've got Ison as pitted from the lead. That means the root is now our race leader. Ruffle in second, but wow, 125 closing in massively again. He's looking good in that 3rd position. Ison coming out on those soft tires. Is he going to be able to take those to the end? That is a big ass 21 laps on soft. Maybe it'll be possible, but we'll have to wait and see. So Martin S is up to P6. Just gets better and better for him, but he's actually passed TZ Bro there as well. He's made up 2 positions in 1 lap. Not bad from Martin S there. Well, let's go up with the top 3 again. The route, not getting DRS, but Rufel and Wall125 close enough so that they can make use of DRS and Keyboard Mountain 3-second time penalty to be added on his time at the end of the race. So what is Rufel thinking in that cockpit? Is he thinking that he's happy enough to ride it home and get P2, or is he wanting to go out and stall and win on track and show his dominance here in SOR like he has done all season? You see how much he closed in on the route at the end of the start-finish straight, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough, unfortunately, for him. But there are 20 laps left, and we're expecting to see these guys. They're obviously going to pit. Let's see. Could be as late as lap 20, but let's have a look and see how the handling of the car is. Should give us an indication of when the tires are starting to go off. And for now, it looks like they have a lot of grip still in those tires. Such a heavy braking zone there. He just had to stomp on the brake and then come off it gradually as the car, to allow the car to turn into the corner, using a technique known as trail braking, I believe. And the Rufel is closer than ever to the road. Through the final corner. And that is interesting. Lap 8, the route pits. Are we seeing a 2-stop there? Let's see what the route goes for. It looks like mediums. Yeah, so he's putting the medium tires on. He obviously thinks, oh, and a front wing as well. What an interesting what an interesting thing that was. I didn't realize the route had front wing damage. So he was leading the race for front wing damage with Rufel, one of the most dominant drivers in SOR league racing, and he was able to hold him off for a number of laps. That is quite impressive from the route, but what's going to be most interesting now is to see how Rufel responds. And we've got a DNF. It's Keyboard Magnussen giving up the ghost. I'm trying to find him on track. Don't see any cars about there. So everybody who finishes this race will finish in the points. And yellow flags are in the pit entrance, so I wonder if that's happened. Yeah, just after the final corner there, it is quite easy to lose it if you if you take too much curb. Yellow flags at turn 1 here, so maybe an issue there as well. Quite confusing, not sure what happened to Keyboard Magnussen. If you're in chat, Keyboard Magnussen, give us a shout, my friend. Let us know what happened to your race. That would be great to hear from you. So we do have a change of position here. I need to pay attention to this race as we've got 2 drivers pitted, which means the route has moved up to P6, and look at that, P3 we have Martin S putting in the laps, just grinding away, having his own race. It's going to be super interesting to see where he comes out after his first pit stop. A Wow 125 and Ruffle both on 10 lap old soft tires. So imagine there's two options available to Ruffle. Well, there's plenty of options available to Ruffle, but let's have a look. So if he pits now, he can go on the mediums, but he could also try and stretch these softs out. Well, that puts an end to that kind of conversation. Ruffle has come in. He's gonna put on, I believe it'll be mediums. A bit of a glitch there. Yeah. So Ruffle has indeed put on medium tires, as has Wa 125. So we're not seeing any. Oh, Marcin S is in the lead. Wow, 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 wee, wow. There we go. Marcin S in the lead. Medium tires, 11 lap old. Where would you get it? But let's look at this now. Iason in P2, so effectively he is the race leader right now. Yeah, so he is going to do 2 stints, I believe, on the soft tire. So he's going to be on a faster tire than most of the drivers out there. But look, Ruffle is not going to stop anymore. So Ryerson has big task ahead of him. He's going to have to build a 25 to 30 second gap to third position. And the biggest winner from those round of pit stops was actually Wall 125. Yeah, so he's gained a position there. The route we saw, he had to change his front wing, so that's obviously cost him a lot more time than a normal pit stop. So he's lost out now and is now being held up by Wow 125. This is playing right into the hands of Ruffle. The longer Wow 125 holds up the route, the more chance the Ruffle has of winning this race. He's a bro with a 3-second time penalty. And the route with a fastest lap, and look at this, he's making a short work of Wall 125. He takes him before the hairpin, even managing to block off Wall 125 before braking for the heavy braking zone of turn 1. We're getting word in from Keyboard Magnuson's. He was getting screen freezes everywhere, and then my DRS gets stuck open. This league is cursed, I tell you. We're sorry to hear that, my friend. Better luck next time. It's a shame. It's a shame. You would have got some points today, no doubt. But as we just called, the route has now overtaken Wall 125 and is already building a gap up and working on getting that gap from him to Ruffle down. Is currently 1.7 seconds from the route to Ruffle. Iason has indeed got a bit of a gap to Ruffle, 4.6, but he will need to increase that 5-fold at the very least if he wants to win this race right now. We're approaching, I believe we are actually at the halfway point, or will be very soon. On our first 129 lap time off the section, 129.954 by the route. Marcin S loving life up in P1. 13 laps on the medium tire, so he will have a soft set to put on for his final stint. And we're seeing about around about 12, 11, 10 laps for the soft is pretty good. So I believe Marcin is going to want to stay out for a good few more laps, maybe to around about laps 17, 18, 19 maybe. if he wants to maximize the tire performance. And those tires are already going off a little bit. They are looking incredibly slidey, but I don't think pitting right now for the soft tires is really an option. Martinez stays out for another lap, and Ayesen is actually closing down on Martin right now. So I wonder if he's going to be able to close down on him before and pass him before the before Martin pits. That will indeed be very interesting. But 1125 is still all over the back of the road, so 1125 on a charge right now. He's not going down without a fight here. Currently in P5. We could be looking at P4 once Martin S pits. And don't forget, Ayesen also will probably need to pit again for an... I guess he's going to be able to go on to Supersoft. So we'll have a very fast final stint. But if he pits now, he will come out in I would say P9, which obviously is not great. So few strategies to play out yet. But I think at the minute, Ruffel is looking on for this win, unless he makes a mistake, unless the route just finds some incredible speed and is able to consistently put in these lap records that we're seeing from him every so often. And Martin S has actually pitted, so he's gonna have to do, yeah, it's a bit earlier than I expected. So where is he gonna come out? Martin S dropping back to 7th. Bro goes through. Yeah, so Martin S currently now in P8 position with Master quite a while behind him, and the Red Bull of Bro 7 seconds down the road. So you can actually see, I actually saw Martin S coming through in the background there, just to give you an idea of the distance, the gap he has to close down in 13 laps. So the route is right once again on the back of Ruffel. He's made short work of that gap. He closed it down in impressive fashion, very fast, very much increasing the pressure on Ruffel. Ruffel not one to crack easily under pressure, so it's yet to see who blinks first between these two, Ruffel and the route. DRS is open wide for the route. The route only on low ERS though, so he's saving ERS. He's obviously saving that up for another lap where he can just blast the ERS on full. And let's see, we've got Ruffel 40% ERS. He's obviously conserving as well. Quite an entertaining race here. Ruffel looks like he struggles a little bit on that sharp left-hand hairpin corner. The route just makes it look so easy, smooth. And I'm keeping an eye on this gap as well to Ayesen's soft tires, 9 laps old, so he will be he will be considering making a pit stop soon. I think the limit on those soft tires looks to be around about the mid-teens, the low mid-teens. So he's either in a pit on the next few laps, and that will most likely bring him right around about 7th or 8th position, but he will have the soft tires, or sorry, the super soft tires, so that is going to be an interesting final race. And there we go. Ozone Rufo holding on to P2. The route is right behind and looking pacey right now. Again, the route getting a very tidy exit out of that hairpin. Straight onto the DRS straight. Got the gap down to 0.585. No other battles really playing out on track, but we have Marcin S has pitted now. He's on these soft tires and he is closing in big time. Oh, and Iason has pitted. Where will he come out? He's obviously gonna put on soft tire. I thought he might go for the super soft, but yeah, he's opted for the soft tires. He's gonna come out around about P6, I believe. Maybe even P7. No. He's come out just ahead of a T-Zebra and the Red Bull. 4 seconds down the road is Fox in the Ferrari. Bayesen has the freshest tires on the track at this time. And there has been a change of position up ahead. The route has put the move on Rufo. We didn't see it, but it has been done. And no DRS for Rufo there. That was interesting. See if he gets it on the start finish straight, but it really did look like he didn't get DRS, sorry. We'll see for sure on the start finish straight. We know that ERS and DRS malfunctions are a thing, and we should hopefully see Rufel's DRS open, and it does indeed. The route goes very, very defensive, is guarding that inside line with all his life. Rufel going for the outside, but decides to go for the inside, and there is a bit of contact there, but Rufel able to get past the route, squeeze past him. Maybe one that the FIA wants to look at, but I believe that was just a driving incident. Rufel went for the switcheroo, and it paid off this time. But the route, as always, looking very pacey, looking very aggressive here. He's not willing to give an inch unless it's right on board with him as he goes for this heavy, heavy braking zone. This tight left-hand corner, brake down to second and put it in the first if you want that better turn in. The DRS is open, short, straight, not a great place to overtake. It's all about this sector 3, how you start your, how you exit that final corner and get onto the start finish straight can set you up nicely. I say Rufel is a wee bit away. Half a second. Oh, and he's closer than ever now. I wonder if Rufel's going to guard the inside line this time. Oh, and there is contact there. This is aggressive defending if I've ever saw it. Rufel forcing. Oh. Rufel forcing the route to take the high ground. And defending well. But again, The benefactor from this battle is actually Wa 125 in third position. If these guys ahead are to take each other out, he will be the winner of this race. Wa 125 1.2 behind these leading pair. And 8 laps remain. 8 laps of the route trying to pass Roofel. What more could you ask for? This is going to be an excellent finish. Or at least we hope. There could be tears, there could be drama, there could be controversy, there could be many passes. But there can be only one winner. And right now, Roofel is actually, look how he's 0.8 away. He's built up quite a gap there just over that one lap. Root is on the older 11 lap old medium tires. Roofel has 2 lap fresher medium tires on. Shouldn't make too much of a difference, but as the tires start to fade and wear out, that may well come into play more and more. Roofel 0.5 ahead. And the route definitely got the more ERS in the tank. He's got ERS on 0 currently. He's 60%. And Roofel's on 40%. So is this going to be a battle of ERS? Morrison S has closed right up on TZ Bro. Let's watch this battle unfold. Gone into the heavy braking zone. Morrison S just with the much more grip on that car with the soft tires. And TZ Bro either had an issue or moved completely out of the way, denied us. Yeah, denied. Ison is right on the back of Fox. As they head down to the final corner, there's 2 Ferraris ahead of the McLaren. And he'll want to pass both of them by the time this race is over. And one of those Ferraris is pitting. So we've got Pixel in the pit lane, which will also bump Martin S up to 6th, and Ison making short work of Fox. Oh, and there is a pass up front again. Ozone Roofel. And the route still going at it. And while 125 is closer than ever. Freeway battle, 6 laps left. There was contact there. I'm seeing double contact from the route. And as we saw in Coda, Roofel, he can't get flustered in that cockpit. And it looked like the route actually hit Roofel off track. Roofel going for the inside move. We have the clash again. There's wheel contact, but nothing too much. I don't think there's any damage. Roofel just waving the car in front and just saying, how do you like that? Oh, and it looked like a bit of a lag issue there. Was that lag? I really hope that was lag rather than a brake check. I think that is likely, but we're seeing a great battle here. Roofel is the one with DRS, but we haven't even mentioned the fact that WA125 is now in the lead of this Grand Prix. Just as we predicted, these two battling hard. Oh, and there's no love given between these two guys. Roofel. Oh, and it looks like the road again. He's just all over the gearbox of Roofel. And Roofel's trying to like think about WA125 up ahead. He's getting away from him. He may well lose this race. I just want to double check something rather quickly. WA125 has got a 3-second time penalty. and he's got multiple warnings to his name. Ruffle completely clean so far, and the route 2 warnings, so OMG. So Wild 125 needs a 3-second gap to Ruffle, so needs this battle between Ruffle and Root to continue. Oh, and the Root going really wide there. He needs to be really careful. He's got 2 warnings to his name and could well pick up a 3-second time penalty, which would effectively just give the race to Ruffle. Wow, 125. He's got a few laps left. The gap is 1.5. If he can just double that, that would be amazing for him. The Root again is all over Ruffle. I can only see tears ahead. Oh, Ruffle very defensively moving across the Root, guarding that inside line. Ruffle taking a wide exit there, hoping to get a lot of momentum. Pixel with a fastest lap of 127.7 on the fresh super soft. And that gap up ahead is now 1.8. This is working out perfectly for Wild 125 just now. I'm keeping a very close eye on this gap. Wild 125 has a 3-second time penalty to be added to his finish time. So the gap to Ruffle in second of 1.6. Ruffle 0 warnings, 0 penalties, whereas the Root has a number of warnings to his name, but he is falling off the pace of Ruffle. And the Root at a bit of a disadvantage here. His tires are 16 laps old, whereas Ruffle and Wild 125 are on 14 lap old mediums. He's still hanging in there. The gap is around about 1 second. He might be able to get on DRS soon before the start finish straight. And Ruffle just hanging in there. He's got the gap maintained at around 1.5, 1.6. It's going to be a nail biter finish. Ruffle now got the gap down to 1.2. If he's able to get in DRS range of Wild 125, that is going to be amazing for him. He's just going to be able to reel him in. The Root dropping off again, 1.7 behind, so he's almost 2 seconds now behind Ruffle. He's fallen out of DRS range, and that's hurting him massively. It's hard to see how Ruffle is going to get a gap of 3 seconds to Wild 125. It's maintained around about 1.6 for the last number of laps. So Ruffle really has to make a mistake or pick up a time penalty of himself, and we've seen before that he's a very clean, very smooth racer, doesn't pick up many penalties over the course of a Grand Prix, and that in itself is a skill, a valuable skill for any driver. Lap 27 of 29. And Asen is closing in at a rate of knots, but his soft tires are going to start to go off in the next few laps. He's got the gap from himself to the Root down to 8 seconds. And we're putting out P6 for Martin S. Currently he's 3.5 seconds behind Fox, but his tires are 11 laps old. Fox is on 17 lap old mediums. Wow, 125 starts penultimate lap. 2-second gap to Ruffel. 2.1. There's not much in this at all. Over 2 laps, he's got 2 laps remaining to get that gap to 3 seconds. Can he do it? This will be quite the thing if he does. 2.2. Not much in it. So hard to manage these tires. They've seen better days, and 16 lap old mediums still have a bit of life left in them, but when you're trying to push to build a gap at the end of a Grand Prix, it's a big ask. So easy it would be to lose the car, send it into the wall, and ruin your race. But whatever happens here, it's looking, if things finish the way they do right now, it's looking like Ruffel will be P1, while 125 will be P2, the Root will be P3, and we are indeed on the final lap. Yes, I don't think while 125 is going to be able to pull out 1 second. Another 1 second. Yeah, Ruffel's actually got the gap down to below 2 seconds. So I think this one is another win for Ruffel. Yeah, not a chance. 1.7 is the gap. So while 125 is going to finish P2. Now, what we are not aware of is who else has got penalties. ISN has got 1 warning. Okay, we've got Fox with 1 penalty. Fox has got a penalty, so where is he? Fox. Oh, so Martin S could be looking good for a P5 finish right now. Let's go up front while 125 is onto the start finish straight and passes the start finish line in P1, but is demoted to P2 in time penalty. So Ozone Ruffel is the winner of this race, while 125 takes up P2 and finishing our podium. The drivers will be the Root. We had a really superb race. Comes home in P3. ISN on the 2-stop strategy. Ran out of laps in time, but P4 is a commendable drive from him. And then, as we pointed out, Martin S takes P5 on time penalties. TZ Root moves on to P6. Pixel, Fox, Dumaster, Exog, and LOR Keyboard Magnuson make up the final drivers. So, driver of the day. Okay, driver of the day. I think I'm going to give that to Wow125. I mean, he didn't end up with a win, but he just played it right, kept his nose clean, and let Ruffel and the Root battle away as he almost stole this race from under their nose. So, commendable stuff from Wow125. You get my driver of the day tag, and there we go, Ruffel sealing the championship with another win, punching the air, holding the cup in the air, setting the cup on the ground, spraying the champagne all over people's faces and over the cameraman. And there's Force India manager. Controversial figure. May well be in jail right now. Don't know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap that up pretty quickly. We only had 11 drivers join us today, but it was an entertaining race all the same. Plenty of action on track, and unfortunate for Wa125 to get that time penalty. Otherwise, we would be talking about a marvelous win from him today. But congrats to Rufel, Wa125, and the Route for their podium finishes. We will be back next week. You're watching SOR Siege Online Racing Season 8. It's Ocean Chief signing off. All the best. Later.